Welcome to another Versus video. I'm Braun-Duin and I'm here with
Chris VanMeter.
Yep, we were ready to play some sweet new
Dragon's Maze
cards. Yeah, may have messed that up a few times, but
at least once.
Yeah, but yeah, we're gonna die roll and we're gonna do closest to 7. See which one of us is the nut average here. 6. It's pretty nut average.
That is pretty nut average.
Also 6. All right. Let's re-roll. 8.
It's a little above average.
Keeping it average though.
A little above average.
9. All right, I'll play first.
You are more average than I am.
All right. Okay. 6 and 7. Okay. We're gonna keep this hand. It's not great, but it's fine. It's definitely serviceable. So I'll keep it.
I'm also gonna keep this one. It's a little sketch on the draw, but I feel like it's definitely playable, and should get better.
Okay. All right. Go.
Sure you want to take 2 for that?
Actually, yeah, I'll take. Nah.
Go.
Diagraph Ghoul. It would really suck if the Diagraph Ghoul got bricked by a 3/3.
It would.
I'll make a Centaur. And here we go. This is a very manly Centaur. So.
He is quite the beastly Centaur.
Centaur needs a shave.
We're going to spear him and attack for 2.
All right, I'm at 18.
And it is your turn.
Draw. Not exactly what we were looking for. Voice of Resurgence.
That works too.
And as you go.
That was not what I was looking for either. And I feel like I need to save this. So I am just going to play this awesome Guildgate. It's not an Orzhov Guildgate.
Yeah, so
fortunately for me.
Has no
and pass.
No power. All right.
Hold it right there, Justin. My program is not updating the life totals. It's making me very upset.
Alrighty. So
I want to hold off before we start getting into more combat here. What the hell is this? I mean, updated earlier, worked just fine. Hopefully this will just take a second. Fixed. Hey, what do you know? It's fixed. Alright, whenever you guys are ready.
Alright. Let's see. Interesting draw. We're gonna send for 2.
No blocks.
Alright, good 18. Some Petal Growth, and I'll just pass the turn.
Well, I wonder what that could mean.
I wonder. Probably has a removal spell for things we may or may not be considering doing, but Aristocrat, sure.
Combat.
Sure.
I think I'm going to hold back my Diagraph Ghoul because I don't want to get wormed. Honest attack for 4.
It's a dick move, man. All right, I got a 14.
I mean, you also could have Restoration Angel, which would be bad as well. So
True.
I will pass.
It is time for the worm. Time to bust out the worm. Let's grab a token.
Do they have trample?
Yep.
Really? Jeez.
Yep. Alright, so he has an aristocrat, and we don't actually have a great way to deal with it. So I think our plan at this point is probably just to race, which kind of sucks, but it is what it is. So we're going to send in for, let's see, actually, we'll play Township and then send. Play Township here in case he wants to offer his Diagraph Ghoul for my voice.
I feel like blocking here is the right play. Because I'm fine with him townshipping. In fact, I'd rather have him township than anything else.
Okay. I'm actually going to just let the trade happen because the guy we get out of this is going to just be bigger than our 2/2. So they'll trade off. You'll take 5 and go to 13. I'll get a ooze, which is actually not an ooze, but hasn't been printed yet. And I'll play another voice. So he is a 3/3 now. Go ahead.
Alright, I definitely would like to draw some action here. That would be nice.
I hope by action you mean a basic land swamp.
Alright, so that was an interesting draw. So he is presenting lethal on board at the moment, which I have to respect. So I believe that I'm just going to play my Rakdos Guildgate and battle for 4.
Go to 10.
And then I will pass the turn.
Alright, you are aware of the ability on this, right? Whenever someone casts a spell on my turn, I get a guy.
Oh, that's right. That is a good call.
I just want to let you know in case that's like.
Yeah.
Probably want to main phase your removal if you have it.
You have
I'm
2
assuming
cards?
you do. Yeah, I have 2 cards.
Yeah, I actually do have to main phase the removal then. I think I definitely just get blown out by your indestructible stuff, but I'm going to try and victim your worm.
Yep, that's fine. Do not have it.
I'll pass.
Alright.
Yeah, like the spells on your turn gives you a copy of this, right?
Yes. Okay. It gives me another one of those.
Man, that card's real good.
Yeah, it is pretty sweet. Alright, what we're going to do here is we're going to play Call of the Conclave pre-combat. That way we pump our guy, and then we're going to attack for 5.
And I will take it and go to 8.
Okay, and it's your turn after that.
Well, that's very unfortunate. Definitely would have liked just about any card other than that one. And you just have 1 card in hand?
Yep.
I think that I just have to kind of do this.
Another aristocrat? Sure.
Yep. And 3, 7. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 total with those 2. Yeah, attack for 4.
Alright, I got a
It's my
6.
only shot to win. I'll pass.
Okay. So it's pretty close here at this point. Yeah, we just have to send everything and force him to throw away one of his aristocrats.
Go to blocks.
Sure.
I think I'm just gonna block the. I'm gonna block this. Oh, like if he had a. If he had a Lingering Souls, he would have played it. Pre-combat, because then it makes that guy a 5/5. So I don't think that he has a Lingering Souls, and I'm not beating one anyways. And if he drew an Advent, you could play it. This would be 4, 5, 6, and put me at 2. I think I'm just gonna block the beast.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and activate Township.
Sure.
So, counters on all these guys.
And I'm taking 7.
Yes.
I'm going to 1.
Alright, so you take 7, I go to
we're
1.
trading
These guys
these.
trade off. I'm going to play Sunflower Grove. Here you go.
Alright, well we need to draw a burn spell.
You have a lot of
Or a
live draws
Jarroth's
here.
Messenger.
A lot of live draws. Are we dead?
And I am dead.
Okay.
'Cause I've drawn land the last 3 draws.
It's unfortunate that you're at 1 life and not 2.
Why is that?
Because you could play the Blood Crypt on tap too.
I could.
Yeah.
I could pay the 2 life.
Alright, so that was kind of a gimp game from both sides. Ours was a little bit less gimp, so
Next card.
nice. Still had all these.
All these Temple
Yeah.
Gardens.
But, yeah, we'll be back for another pre-board game before we jump into post-board. Try to cut you super deep there.
Well. Alright, well I think this hand is not very good, but we're going to give it a shot
Okay,
because it has potential. So,
sure.
go
Okay.
ahead.
Draw. I will say Temple Garden, go.
I'll attack for 2.
Glad we're not getting attacked for 5 here.
Go ahead.
Draw. We will play a Voice of Resurgence, and should go.
Alrighty. Well, I think we still have to just keep pushing that damage.
Yeah. So I'm not actually don't actually want to block here, because then I just trade my guy for he just gets his like Gravecrawler back, and I'm not actually sure I want to like waste my guy yet. If he just has a removal spell, you know, he just gets to get like maximum value out of it. So we're just actually going to take 4 and go to 14. We'll save the voice for later.
That's good news. I love keeping these landlight draws and then drawing my awesome guild gates. We're gonna play a Blood Scrivener and see how fast I can get rid of these 2 cards.
All right.
Your turn.
Hopefully not fast enough.
We're gonna need some help.
I'm gonna go ahead and send.
No blocks.
Okay, go to 18. I will Lingering Souls afterwards.
Sure.
And it is your go.
Lingering Souls is very good against this deck. I think that I just have to still try and get in damage where I can, and Gravecrawlers are going to be my best bet. So I'm just going to attack.
Okay. I'm gonna block both and then hope he doesn't have a follow-up zombie. Or actually, is this guy a zombie?
No, he's a vampire.
Okay. Are we sure?
Yeah, it's just a vampire.
Okay. You sure about that?
It's a blood scrivener.
Okay.
Yes, I'm 100% sure he's not a zombie.
Okay. Yeah, I will double block then. So.
Alright. Let's see here. Definitely would like to have drawn a land this turn. Since I don't have a follow-up zombie, I am just going to Syrian Spear one of them.
Okay.
And then cast the Great Crawler.
Cast the other one. Okay.
Yep.
And one of them's. Oh yeah, yeah, the one that's dead is recast. Sure.
Yep. And I'll pass.
All right. Draw. Not exactly what we're looking for, but I think we're still okay. We're just gonna attack again with our voice.
No blocks.
Jet 16. Another isolated chapel and flashback lingering souls. Here you go.
Alright. Well. Kind of just have to keep chipping away here. So we're just going to battle with one Great Crawler.
Alright. We're going to just take 2 here. He's not really putting a lot of pressure on us, and I don't want to just throw away all my souls tokens without getting much value out of them. So.
And then I'll pass the turn.
Alright. So he doesn't have a Falconwrath Aristocrat, most likely, or he would have played it. He doesn't have a removal spell that he's planning on using. Otherwise, he would have played it main phase to play it on this. So it's hard to say exactly like what the cards are in his hand. Like I honestly think one might just be a Thundermaw Hellkite that he's just hasn't had the lands to cast yet. So if I had to take a wild guess, that's a very good draw. That's going to keep us from getting drawing this will keep us from getting grinded out in the late game, which I'm pretty happy about. For now, though, I think our play is to... We're at 12 and he's at 16. I want to keep the pressure up. So I'm going to send the entire team here.
No blocks?
Okay, take 4, go to 12. And then I'm going to play Thragtusk and gain 5, go to 17. That might have been a greedy attack, but if he does have the Thundermaw, then I don't want to just sit my Souls tokens back. And I'm going to say go after that.
Well, that's good to know.
Alright, it turns out the Blood
Definitely
Scrivener...
changed. He is a zombie.
He is a zombie, so...
I guess I could have played completely differently.
I should go after that, so...
That makes a world of difference, actually.
It does.
Alright, well... We drew the land.
Alright, taking 2. So he does have the Thundermaw that we thought he had.
Yeah.
Alright.
Kill your tokens.
Sure.
Nine. 5, 6, 7. 9, so that doesn't kill me yet. Alright, so... I think that I just have to try and race here at this point and just send everybody. Looks like if you have removal spell for this, I am very far behind. I guess you could have another Lingering Souls, but I feel like you probably would have cast it last turn instead of just flashing back the Lingering Souls. Man, I wish I realized there was a zombie earlier.
Yeah, that would have been another...
I should have wrote it on there. It's my fault. Actually, we're just going to send like this.
Okay, I'll block a Gravecrawler and take 7. I go to 10.
And then I'll pass.
Okay, so we are definitely in race mode at this point. Draw. It's a pretty decent one. We cannot quite kill him, unfortunately.
Well, that's good to know.
I'm sure it is. I will just send with the team.
Alright, so he's sending for 7. He could have a Celestia Charm or something. But I guess, like, even if he were to play, like, Ready and Willing, just untap his guys and gain 7. Pretty far behind. But I have to take it.
Okay. So I would like to save this for his turn to basically blow him out in combat. But I think it's important to cast it now in case he has a removal spell for my Thragtusk. Then I won't gain as much life, and that could be the difference in the game. So I'm going to cast both Ready and Willing. I get to untap my guys. I'm going to gain 7 life. Go to 17. You're going to go to 3. And now I have blockers for his guys as well. So it will be your go after that.
Alright, and my upkeep.
I was hoping he did not have an upkeep spell so that we, so the Scrivener wouldn't be able to trigger.
I'm gonna victim your Thragtusk.
Okay, so that was exactly basically what we thought. Like, we would have, what would have happened if we had waited on the Ready and Willing is he might have been able to like attack with his guys, we'll block with the Thragtusk, then he'll victim the Thragtusk mid combat, and we would only gain 2 life from this.
Instead of 7.
Yeah, and that would just we would have been in a low life total then. So
Alright, so I'm gonna draw 2 and lose 1.
so you go to 2.
This guy being a zombie makes him a lot better than I thought. I don't really think there's a whole lot that I can do at this point. But I guess my best bet is just to battle for 5.
Okay, so I go to 12.
Not unleashed.
Okay. It's fully leashed.
And then I'll pass.
Alright. I have Abrupt Decay, I think.
Yeah, that actually kills me.
Yep. Alright, so we both have our sideboarding plans here. For me, I'm bringing in a lot of cards like Tristani. Both the Populate ability and the Gain Life ability and the fact that she's a 2/5 are just all really good against this deck. It's hard for him to kill it, and gaining life obviously very good, and like populating tokens also good. Sever's just a good removal spell for like annoying cards like Falconwrath Aristocrat or Drawf's Messenger. Same with Oblivion Ring, basically does exactly the same thing as Sever. And then the other card is Profit Loss, which this card I think is like pretty sweet with the way the format is right now before Dragon's Maze, like against the Aristocrats deck or even like the Reanimator decks just killing all their 1/1s. And I think it's good against his deck as well because he has like Scrivener, Gravecrawler, and Falconwrath Aristocrat that we've seen. So I think like this card will be pretty sweet. And the +1/+1 is also like relevant a lot of times in racing situations. As for what we're cutting, Celestia Charm, it doesn't kill any of his guys. It's just a 2/2 for 2 with no abilities, or with not many abilities, so it's not very good. Putrefy is just an expensive removal spell. And like removal spells like this aren't even that good against this deck. Between like Messenger and Aristocrat and like Gravecrawler, like these cards aren't even that good anyway. And I'm cutting 4 Advent of the Worms because like usually if we're dying to like his flyers, or he's just like swarming us with a lot of like messengers and the like, and then just having like a vanilla 5/5 just isn't that great. I'd rather have like Sorin or Tristani on turn 4. So
Definitely. On my side, I'm going to be bringing in 2 more pillars. Voice of Resurgence feels like it's a huge roadblock for the deck when I don't have like the multiple Gravecaller draw, and I just want to be able to get rid of it. Victim of Night is just another answer to Tristani. I can kill Thragtusk, just an all-round removal spell against him. Thundermaw Hellkite, Lingering Souls is very good against this deck, and Thundermaw is great at pushing damage through against Lingering Souls. The Vampire Nighthawk actually is a little unique against this deck, as it's not like a super aggressive deck, but he's very weak to flyers, and I just want to be able to just continually do damage. Also, a lot of times I feel like the games are coming down to us racing each other, and having something with lifelink is very tough for them to race.
yeah, seems right.
Unfortunately, I'm going to be taking out a lot of new cards from the deck. As much as I wanted to play with them, I feel like this 3/1 haste guy matches up very poorly against cards like Lingering Souls, Sorin, Voice of Resurgence, even so much as like his Call of the Conclave can just block it and it dies, and then I'm nowhere. Same with Blood Scrivener. It was pretty sweet to be able to draw a card with him. Now I know he's a zombie, he's definitely better than I thought before.
Yeah, definitely.
However, it's just all these X1s just feel like they're a liability. So he can get value out of just single blocking with the Lingering Souls. Imagine he also has Tragic Slip. It's just X1 is not where I want to be against this deck.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that.
So let's
Alright.
see what happens. Alright, well, I'm going to keep this hand. It's not super exciting, but it's just like one of those hands that you get with zombie decks that you just keep.
Yeah, I mean, this hand's like pretty good. I like can't complain with it. Like, I'm not sure what a nut draw is for this deck. This probably isn't it, but it's still a very solid hand. I'm definitely keeping. So.
That Diagraph Ghoul.
That ghoul. Go ahead.
Well, that was a very good draw.
That's unfortunate.
Allows me to stay aggressive.
I will go to 18.
And we'll play a Gravecaller and unleash a Cackler.
Alright. We are
And I'll pass.
really facing down the beats pretty early here. So I was thinking I kind of wanted to play this, but based on the way he led, I think I'm actually going to lead with this, just to try to brick wall him. So go ahead.
All right, we need a Pillar of Flame. That'd be nice.
Please no red source pillar. Don't red source pillar me, bro.
Well, we got the red source.
Doesn't have a pillar though. I can sense it. I can feel it.
We're still gonna battle.
All right, I'm gonna block Diagraph Ghoul.
Sure.
Always want to get rid of the actual zombie. I will make a 1/1 ooze. All right.
I'll play Giraffe and his messenger.
So we will be at 12 after everything is said and done.
And I'll pass the turn.
So he has a super aggressive start. We're taking a lot of damage. Hopefully we will manage to stabilize here. I'm gonna Lingering Souls.
Sure.
So our ooze becomes a 3/3 now. Go ahead.
All right. Well, we're going to
Do it.
Searing Spear the Ooze.
Okay.
And
Ooze,
then
ooze down.
battle.
Ooze has been downed. Interesting. So our plan is we want to cast this next turn. So I think we do actually double block his Cackler here. Just try to get as much off the table as we can. Alright, double block Cackler, and I'll take 5.
Yep.
Puts me to 7. Gravecrawler, okay.
I'll pass.
Alright, so he's had a extremely aggressive start here.
But now you get to play Virtue and flashback your Lingering Souls.
It's actually not really that good, though.
I know.
Because we have this card, I think we're still going to sever his messenger here. instead of, as tempting as it is to get rid of both grave crawlers for good, we're just going to sever that, and it'll be your go.
Well, that definitely signifies that he has a Thragtusk in his hand, so
Hopefully we don't.
we have a
die
lot
this
of
turn.
outs here. That was not one of them.
Excellent. Excellent.
So we're just going to 4 ya.
Go to 3. Dead to so many cards. Diagraph, sure.
And I'll pass.
Okay.
Like, even if he plays a Thragtusk here, he's still dead to an Aristocrat next turn.
Well, we will not be playing a Thragtusk. We will be flashing back Lingering Souls and saying go.
Oh, are you going to loss my dudes? Kill my
Negative.
Grave Crawlers? Alright, well, we are going to go to combat.
Sure.
Battle.
Alright. What we're going to do is double block his Diagraph Ghoul,
Mm-hmm.
and before damage, we're going to cast Loss. So his creatures all get -1/-1. And
Kill one of your spirits.
sure.
Alright, as much as I wanted to not have to play this on zombie, but I do.
Alright, so we're at 1.
Good.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough to beat that messenger. We're gonna need something miraculous off the top. That was not it. We are still not dead though. I'm gonna call the Conclave, get a Centaur, and then I'm going to play Temple Garden. And interestingly enough, we can't actually cast this card. So say go, because we would just die if we do. It's kind of an awkward situation, but
And combat.
sure.
We'll battle.
Alright, we were going to block this here and Spirit here. And
Sure. We'll play this guy.
sure.
And I'll pass.
Okay. And we're going to need an untapped land. Alright. We're going to flashback Sever the Bloodline on Gerald's Messenger. And it is your turn, good sir. We're going to be dead, so.
This is why, like, I was holding the cavern for a long time because
Okay,
I never
I
had another
see.
red source for the dragon. But I mean, my hand was just like swamp, double aristocrat, double spirit, victim of night, and just not
not even
capable
close.
at all.
Yeah, not even close to keepable. Alright, cripple fight. See who comes out.
I feel like the deck with Lingering Souls is going to be better on 5 than the deck with Rakdos Cackler.
It's the hope, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Are we keeping
Alright,
it or are we snap
yeah, we're
keeping?
keeping this one. I wouldn't say snap keeping, but we're definitely keeping. Go ahead. This is the kind of 4 that can maybe get
And
there.
we drew a dude. 18.
That's unfortunate.
It is for you.
Draw. Go ahead.
We will battle.
I'm at 18. Is it Guildgate time?
It's zombie time,
Alright.
and I'll pass.
Draw. Go.
Battle.
16. Don't messenger us, please. I know we're getting messengered here. Feel it.
I'm gonna take 2
Yep. 16.
and pass.
Ah, okay. Interesting. So I think that means he has Victim of Night. Is the only thing I can think of for why he would do that. If it was Searing Spree, he'd just play it tapped. By playing it untapped, he has black for Victim in case we like basically jam a Tristani or something along those lines. We were going to jam a Sorin here. If he wants to use multiple cards to kill the Sorin, I'm fine with that. I'm going to make a 1/1 lifelink vampire. Your go.
Well, that definitely puts a damper on my plan on your multi-4 turn 4 Sorin hand.
Yes, yeah. So the hope is that Soren survives another turn. If Soren survives another turn, I feel pretty good about our chances here. Or if he has to use like 6 cards to kill Soren, I'm fine with that too.
All right, so we're going to... We're just going to spare this guy.
Okay. Interesting. Nope. Land Aristocrat would be pretty bad for us here.
That was an interesting draw. But I think that I just have to... I'll attack Soren, and then we'll pillar Soren.
Alright.
And then I'll pass.
Draw. Thragtusk.
Sure, why not?
Go to 21. Your go. Our Moldifor was 2 lands, Soren, Thragtusk.
Fair.
Fair and balanced. Alright, we'll go to 19.
I'll pass.
So I think like he has a lot of cards. Okay, that changes everything. What we just drew. Before that draw, I think I think we're either way we're attacking with Thragtusk. We just
I can't block.
yeah cannot block. So
11.
you're at 11. I'm gonna play Intangible Virtue, and I'm gonna play Call the Conclave.
We just got them all.
I actually think this game, whether or not I win or lose, is like a really good lesson on being willing to mulligan.
Definitely.
Because like, if you have a deck full of powerful cards like this, like it doesn't actually matter if your cards are.
We're gonna victim this guy.
Okay. Victimed.
I got a battle for 5.
Okay, I'm at 14.
Then I'm going to play this dude, and I'm still deciding if I want to unleash him or not. So you're at 14. If you draw, like, obviously, a lingering souls I just can't beat. So you just draw a land.
Come on, Souls.
It's going to hit me down to 5-4 with a land and a township activation. And then that doesn't kill you. I'm not going to unleash my calculator, and I'll pass the turn.
Okay. You have 1 card?
Correct.
Draw.
Don't slow roll me, bro.
It's not Lingering Souls. I would slam that. I would windmill slam that.
Would you stand up and run circles around a table and then slam it?
Yes. We're gonna send with Tusk.
I'll block.
Sure. Because we drew this, I think it's
That's a good
reasonable
draw.
to send and say go after that.
That was a pretty good draw.
Not the words I want to hear.
Now, I have to decide, what do I attack with? So we have 2 options. Like I can just swing with Gravecrawler, which doesn't really do a lot. I can swing with both. If I do, he can block my messenger and get a 2/2. And then 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Can put me at 2. No, his token will be a 3/3, and it will have vigilance.
Right.
So 8, 9, 10. Can
With
put,
township
can
is
put me
10.
can put me at 1. So I think that I just attack with the Gravecrawler.
Okay. I'm gonna block.
That's fine.
I just want to basically make this
Upgrade,
voice into
yeah.
something better. So,
Yeah, so we're just going to drain you with another messenger.
okay, I'm at 12.
And then play a Gravecrawler.
Okay.
And I'll pass.
Alright. Draw. Oh. Woo! Drew Sever the Bloodline.
Wow.
Pretty much the perfects. I'm going to attack for 8.
I cannot block.
Go to 3. Go ahead.
And I'm dead.
Yeah. Alright, we are back for game 5. Your choice, would you like to be on the draw?
I'll go first.
He opts to play. It's a bold move. It's a bold move.
Let's see if it pays off.
We will.
What do you think, Cotton? Alright, this hand isn't like super exciting, but it definitely has elements that I feel like I can win the game with, so I'm going to keep it.
I feel the same way about this hand. I'll also keep it.
We're crawling some graves.
I will temple up some gardens.
Sure you don't want to take 2?
Pretty sure.
Last game, you might need it.
It's going to turn on my
Battle.
faithful hour later in the game. You're going to regret that decision.
I'll pass.
Alright, draw.
Are we getting voiced?
I'm going to be calling all conclaves.
Calling the conclaves.
Hopefully, go ahead. Conclave is like, here's my number, call me maybe.
I'll battle.
You will battle. That's interesting. That probably means he has a Pillar of Flame in his hand. If I had to wager a crazy guess. I'm going to go ahead and block though. Let's go ahead and
Sure.
force the issue here.
Kill your
Pillar of
guy.
Flame, sure. Boo.
Go.
So that was the opposite of what we wanted to happen. The hope was that he didn't have another 1-drop to follow it up, but he did. So it's your go for this.
Alright, so since you didn't cast anything on 3, it leads me to believe that you probably have something like Profit Loss, expecting me to just jam an Aristocrat on 4, and you can just get me super good combat.
Sure.
You're just going to battle for 4.
Alright, I'll go to 14.
I'll play a land. And pass.
I will loss end step. So he called it, but it wasn't because we literally had nothing else to play. Alright, so we have a couple options here. We can play basically any of these. I think our best bet is probably like if we lead with this and he has Victim of Night, that kind of sucks. If we lead with this and he has Falconer with Aristocrat, that sucks. Just kind of regardless of how we cut it, there's like definite ups and downs to like any of these plays. I'm gonna lead with this. I think we'll try that one out. Go ahead. Victim? No. Sweet. Sure. Alright, so we will be at 10.
I'll pass.
Right. Really hoping to draw a land here would be really awesome. Alright. Ask and ye shall receive. I'm going to call the Conclave, gaining 3, go to 13.
Yep.
And I'm going to go ahead and just populate it right now so that he cannot Searing Spear in response and gain another 3.
Sure.
And I'm at 16. Your go.
So I have a couple different options. But I think that I just want to do this.
Messenger. Oh, Mark Mutiny.
Yeah, we're gonna Mark Mutiny this guy.
It's unfortunate.
We're gonna battle.
No blocks.
Alright, so just take your 7.
Go to 9.
I'll play a Gravecrawler. I'm gonna sec this to the Aristocrat.
Sure.
And then I'm gonna pass the turn.
That's very unfortunate. Very, very much unfortunate.
Like, we definitely had some options on that turn, but I figured, like, you're not just gonna throw away one of your beasts, so that's what pushes through the most damage.
It's reasonable.
Plus, with this land I've been sandbagging, if I draw a dragon, you're just dead.
So we're in an interesting spot because we don't have an answer to his Aristocrat, so we kind of need to race him. But at the same time, I don't want to like attack for too much damage and put ourselves dead. And I think I want to put this into play. I think this will be a pretty good asset for us in this game. So you have 3 cards, right?
You have 3 cards.
Gross.
3 lands, just waiting for that dragon.
Sure. Send with 1 beast.
I will decline to block.
Both are centaurs, actually. Alright, so you go to 17.
Yep.
I'm going to play Soren. And +1 him.
Sure.
And make a lifelinking vampire. Go ahead.
Alright, well, that was a good draw.
Not what we wanted to hear.
You have 2 cards?
3 cards.
Alright, so now what I actually can do is I can... Actually, it wasn't that good of a draw, now that I think about it.
Okay.
However, I can victim this guy,
Sure.
and I can pillar this guy,
Sure.
and then I can put you at 1.
Okay. We're at 1.
And then I'll pass.
Draw. Interesting conundrum here. Think for a second here. 17.
What, are you gonna kill me?
No. Not gonna kill you.
Gonna do some storm combo math?
attack the beast or centaur.
Got me. 14.
Alright, you're at 14. Make a.
Make a vampire.
I don't know if that actually works. Yeah. Make a vampire. Play. Call the conclave. Your go.
All right. Land? That is not a land. You have 3 cards in hand,
Yes.
so I guess you could have like the lifelink card and block. Ready and willing, I suppose. So I think I'm just gonna bash.
Okay. Block, block, and give death touch like that.
Yeah, and then I'll just victim this guy.
Okay. Yeah, you win.
Like last turn, I wanted to like victim both you guys and put you to one with pillar in hand, but your token's a vampire, so I couldn't victim the vampire.
Oh, nice.
Like I
Alright, so that was a pretty close match, I would say.
definitely was. I feel like in that game too, if I had known that my Blood Scrivener was a zombie, I actually had a shot to win that game.
Right, I think I might have still won since you bricked off the top, but it would have been at least reasonable. Much more closer game.
Yeah.
I felt like game 3, I had a really good hand. I felt I was favored to win, but just like,
Super aggressive start.
yeah, super aggressive start and then 3 messengers to finish the deal just like sealed it off for me. So
It's a good card.
it is. Gerald, Gerald definitely
Spreading the
had,
news.
yeah,
He's spreading the news, that's for sure.
his journalistic integrity is just unquestioned. Like,
So what'd you
but-
think of the new cards in your deck?
I was really happy. Like, I didn't get to see a lot
The
of
split
Advent of the
cards
Worm.
seem sweet.
What's that?
The split cards seem real sweet.
Yeah, I didn't get to see a lot of Advent of the Worm because I ended up boarding it out. But even in the games like game 1s, it allowed me to race you. I was pretty happy with it. Voice of Resurgence was awesome every time I played
That
it.
card's real good.
Very happy with that card. I think it's going to be likewise good against control decks too. So pretty excited to see like how, the place that card has in Standard. The split cards were both awesome. Profit loss wasn't quite as good since you like knew I had it, got to play around it. I think it's going to be much more of a blowout, like in other matchups where or like against players who don't know to expect it. It's just going to be much more of a blowout. And
Especially
then,
against decks with Lingering Souls in them themselves.
Yeah.
Right? Like against the Aristocrats,
it's just a huge
like,
blowout.
it's just really good. Like against me, it's not all that great, but you know when you get to kill 2 creatures with it, you still feel good. But
Yes.
against the Aristocrats, it's going to be like a 5-for-1.
Right, and like you sided out your Jesters and your Scriveners. Like if you had kept those in, profit loss would have just been like a one-sided wrath half the time. And then I felt that the Ready Willing card is like really good. I was very happy with it. I didn't get to get value out of it in the 5th game because I was like too far behind, and you just had like so many removal spells to keep me from like keeping creatures. Like the Mark of Mutiny was huge to keep Tristani from populating. But had I been able to keep Tristani one more turn, I'm pretty sure that card would have just won the game for me.
Definitely.
So,
Like
yeah.
I had the Mark of Mutiny. The turn that I did it, I had actually drawn a Victim of Nights. Like I could have just killed it and then like tried to mark something later, but I just kind of wanted to put you at 9 with the attack, which would put you dead to a dragon the next turn. Because I also had dragon, just didn't have the 5th land.
Right.
And I just imagined that you weren't just going to throw away a beast for it. So I think that definitely was right. But it's I don't know. The new cards in this deck seem real sweet. Spike Jester and Blood Scrivener seem very good against decks that aren't playing Lingering Souls. Like
Yeah.
just kind of brick walls the new cards. But
Right, we didn't get a chance to see Jester. Blood Scrivener actually was relevant to one game, and if you had known he was a zombie, it would have been even better.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, like I had the Abrupt Decay in hand, and I was just like, I wanted to tap out every turn, but like part of me was like, should I just kill it now and just keep it from drawing cards? Like,
Yeah.
definitely like put decisions for me, whereas otherwise I would, like any other 2-drop in the format, I think I would have just not cared about. So.
Definitely. Also, the other thing that I think about him is like you want him against the control decks, but they'll have Augur Bolus anyways, so like it's not like you're really attacking. So
Right.
I kind of feel like the card's real sweet, but the place in the meta right now just might be a little wishy-washy. I don't know.
Yeah, like it might be that Knight of Infamy is just still better. Like,
Yeah.
It's hard to say, but it's always like my philosophy on new cards is you always just want to try it. Like it could be a lot better than you expected. Like
Definitely.
I was a little like unsure on Voice of Resurgence if it would actually be good or not, and it was just like much better than my expectations.
He
So
was real good.
if I just like was like I'm just gonna stick with something established and not try it, I would have missed out on that information. So
And like you didn't even have a chance to like cast Lingering Souls when you had the elemental token. So
right, yeah,
I'm excited to see that interaction.
Yeah, me too. So overall, like, what are your thoughts on that deck overall? Like, how do you feel about it?
I really like Falconmouth Aristocrat and Drops Messenger.
Right.
Those are like the reasons to play this type of deck. But I don't know if they're good enough reasons to not just play like a John Daggro or something like like Tommy Ashton's top 8 deck from the WMCQ in DC last week with like the red green aggro shell with Falconmouth Aristocrat. Like Aristocrat is definitely a real sweet card. But I don't know if Messenger is worth the sacrifice to play, to not play the other archetypes.
Right, and it's possible that like even Spike Jester could fit into that deck. The mana base would probably have to be altered to be a little bit black heavier, but
he does evolve in some 1 mana experiment ones.
Yeah, he evolves some Gyre Stages, some experiment ones. He also he's basically just like Flint Hoof Boar, but on turn 2. So yeah. As for like my token deck, I was like super happy with it. I mean, I love tokens. It's an archetype I always want to play, regardless of whether it's good or not. But I actually, from playing this match out, I actually felt like it was pretty smooth for the most part. Small sample size, so who knows? But it seemed like for the most part, like my draws were pretty smooth, and that the deck had like a lot of play to it. So I think it could be a player moving forward.
Yeah, I'm definitely excited to work on it some more. Fortunately, you don't have any more PTQs that you get to play in, but
yeah, it really sucks.
I am still trying to qualify, so
yep,
we're going to be Voice of Resurgence all over the place.
Awesome. I will definitely still be brewing and building standard decks, so no worries about that. But
for reals.
All right, well, good match.
Good
Thanks
match.
for the games. Thank you for watching.
See you later.